My name is Guido Frazzini from True Grass Farms. I manage my family's property. It's been in my family since 1867. I was born and raised in Italy. My father was Italian, my mother's from Oakland. And the sense of place and food have always been paramount for me. When I arrived in the States after 2 years in college, I realized I didn't know anything about my food system. We've transitioned from a dairy back in the 50s to then commercial cattle, and that was my great uncle. He died when I was 10. My father was not involved in agriculture. I actually started helping out my great aunt later and for the last 7 years. And that's when it was my first experience into agriculture. It was a cow-calf operation. It had been run for the last 10 years. We were on the quality assurance program for the feedlot system, and so we would just raise the mother cows and sell the calves off. First experience, fine. I felt I needed more to it, and so I left and actually went to Hawaii and worked on a ranch on Molokai between Oahu and Maui. Around 11,000 acres, and we were doing red Devons out there on grass, and the property owner had a slaughterhouse too on the island. After that year ended, my aunt was giving a symposium, so she realized also the commercial end of things, needed a little bit of diversification. And so she started with some Wagyu genetics, that's a Japanese breed that was imported. She started with some embryos and some bulls, and really that started to help us create a niche, which is really important. How are we any different than when you bring, your pen of cattle down in the feedlot? They're all black, they all look the same. I chose to stay and help her out, and that was 7 years ago. Then the drought happened, my first drought, and then diversity was key because we were still only raising beef. We were not using the land as an enterprise, and we didn't have any other diversification. Since I'm Italian, like I was saying, and American, I want to bring part of that culture of hospitality. When I first arrived on the ranch, all you see is no trespassing signs. So I don't understand how people can connect to their food if they can never access to see how it's done. And if they can't see how it's done, they always think that the farmers are doing this ludicrous thing, or it's no work at all. And it's extremely hard work, and people need to see how much effort goes into really providing valuable, nutrient-rich food. At the same time, focusing on the ecosystem relationship that food that's being provided to them can have. So we started doing farm tours, and that was key to grow the markets and just have a name because nobody knew us. So we transitioned from Conlin ranches to True Grass Farms, big grass being the principal thing to grow, and that was 4 years ago. So since then, we've developed a customer base that has come out, has seen the land, has seen actually the land improve over the years, which is the best thing possible, and the ability for them to actually go out and share it. So at the moment, we sell our cow shares. You can only have a fat cow 3 or 4 months out of the year. So that's when we sell the best, fattest beef, because people like that, and it's a fantastic flavor. So we ask people to purchase that cow in advance from us in winter, and then we deliver the best cows to them. And in exchange, when they come to pick it up, they can have a barbecue, kind of like Hog Island is. You go get a raw oysters, you pick up your cow, and then you go eat it. And you enjoy the land where it was grazed on. So all the animals, we go from mother to finish. That was one huge element of just bringing more people to see the land asset and open up that aspect. And I think that's the key to diversification in the first place. Yeah, don't force something that doesn't want to grow there just because you think it's good. Sometimes you might have to just reinvent yourself. And I think over time, my aunt and I have seen that. And we've both grown through this process too. And I think that's part there's a human growth element in farming that's tremendous.